I do a lot of consulting with corporations and individuals who want to learn how to craft and tell their story. And one of the things that I do is I put an enormous effort into creating the highest level of quality marketing materials so that they can go out and really capture somebody's attention from the moment that they sit down by saying, while this person cares enough to invest in themselves, they certainly care enough to invest in me. I really like to work with people who have either thought about writing a book or have actually written a book and don't know how to get it published. I like to help them put their book proposal together. I like to help introduce them to the publishers and agents that I have worked with in getting 8 books published. The same with professional speakers, people that aspire to be speaking or people that have to speak on a corporate level to their employees but want to raise their profile, want to do a better job of it. I have had an ability through the training that I have received all these years to coach and work with people to elevate them to the next level. I offer some services that I don't see offered very often. One, for example, is with potential speakers or existing speakers, I have the ability to introduce them to the top 50 speakers bureaus in the country because I have relationships with those companies. It's very difficult to get in on your own. The same is true with authors. I've got relationships with 8 major publishers in the United States and the ability to call them up and say, I have a book that I think you need to look at. But one of the things that I really feel is important is developing a marketing piece for corporations that shares their story through the eyes of their employees. We all know what the benefits and features and price of their products or their service or their cause are. But who am I going to get to meet as a result of doing business with this company? Who's going to be able to help me elevate my career? Who am I going to be able to interact? And it's through sharing the stories of the employees of that company that I think really takes those companies to another level. By taking your career to the next level, it means more profitability, it means a higher degree of sales, it means bringing prospects and potential employees and all kinds of people to your company and helping your company to grow. You start a book by putting ideas to paper. You literally start writing and writing and writing, and you may not have a direction. And that's one of the things that I come in and help potential authors and existing authors to do, is to define their book, to come up with the best possible title that's going to attract media attention and get taken off the shelf. I help them develop their chapter titles. I organize book proposals, and I pull their book together so that the book can be taken to somebody who can publish the book and get it out into the masses. Well, let me give you an example. I did some work with the hearing aid division of Siemens Corporation, very large corporation. And when I was doing my homework to go speak to their national sales force in Canada, plus their top 50 customers, I went and called on a bunch of hearing aid centers here in the United States. And one woman told me the story of one of her customers, a 92-year-old woman who came in and was unable to hear and had been ignoring all of the signs from her friends and family to get a hearing aid until her very first great-great-grandchild was born. And at the age of 92, she wanted to be able to hear her great-great-granddaughter cry. So she bought her first hearing aid. That's the kind of story that endears me to your corporation, makes me want to come in and buy my hearing aid from you if I need one. By sharing your story, you create a connection. You open up the lines of communication. I think my passion and my ability to share stories was one of the reasons I recently got hired to star in a Hollywood-made documentary called Bridging the Gap, We have not started filming yet, but it's about the convergence between traditional versus alternative medicine. And it's because I'm so passionate about sharing your story and getting other people excited about what you do, what you're all about, what you're selling, what you're servicing, that they can't help but want to come along for the ride. They want to do business with you. I help my clients craft their story. I can go in and speak to their sales organization, their marketing department, their entire corporation, and tell my stories. That's how I teach. I teach by storytelling, but I'm more interested in helping them learn to tell their story. Well, I'll sit down and interview 6 to 24 of their employees and craft the story of the company through their employees' eyes. So some memorable experience that they've had with one of their products or services, some memorable experience that they have had working at that company, something that may have changed their life. I spend a full day with either a single individual or members of a corporation doing what I call a brand brief, really trying to pull out of that person, what are you passionate about? Why are you selling this product? What industries can we go after with this product or service, so that I can start really telling their story. After I do the brand brief, I then design the marketing materials from the beginning to the end. I work with the highest quality graphic designers and printers in the country, and I think it's a big wow factor when people walk away and say, I can't believe that we had this in us. We never knew this existed. It's funny, but I usually start with a pretty good product and company and service to begin with. I'm pretty particular about the people that I work with. But I have an ability to be able to take that mold and turn it into something extraordinary, a true piece of art. One of the compliments that I get from many of my clients is, you made me look good. I never realized I had these things inside of me. I did a project for DECA, a collegiate leadership program around the country, wrote the story of one of their students, and he actually said, I was smiling so hard after reading the story you wrote about me, I think I burst blood vessels in my face. It's because I've got the ability to take what's inside of people, inside of companies, inside of corporations, and really blow it out there, turn it into something enormous. How do you get your book on the bestseller list? I actually work with people who can help you do that. I am not a jack of all trades. I'm a master of one. One of the things I talk about in my speeches. And so if there's a goal of yours to get that book on the bestseller list, I will put you in touch with the people who can help you accomplish that. My goal is to help you write the book that will qualify to be on the bestsellers list.